Good evening, ambassadors. Amina Ali again. We are coming to talk about religion. Okay, before you get out all your political guns, put them away. Put them away. I want to talk about what religion is. Not about specifics. I won't get into any comparing or contrasting or anything that just will raise an eyebrow and strike a nerve. As ambassadors, we are unifying this humanitarian effort. So in doing so, we have to make sure that what we are doing unifies us. So in practicing a religion, we have to be the example of that unified peace in action. But in order to do that, we got to know what it is. So let's get into the definition. Religion, a cause, principle, or system of beliefs held with great passion of faith in God or supernatural. Simple. We complicate this. But in understanding what religion is, let's understand what it's not. It is not a dividing line. And it was never intended to be anything but a path to God. The Tower of Babel, the upper room. We can even speak of the Quraysh and the Moors and how there was a unifying faction that brought people together in a religion. This can be seen and understood on a greater surface of what it is that we need to do in this peace mission. This is a true united nation of givers as ambassadors through religion. Someone that is Jain or Sikh can teach me a different path to peace. Someone that is maybe agnostic or atheistic can still show that love of passion of giving without a resemblance or a semblance of God, maybe a supernatural, maybe an inner force that they call a universal force. But either way, the peace is still the common thread and the goal in giving each other what it is we've come to do. Our talents, gifts, and abilities are relayed very well and very intricately in religion. The intention. Some religions are rewarded or punished based on intention. The integrity, the humility, the piety. All of these things are tenets that we bring to the table when we speak about religion, because that is the defining line as to if you're doing your religion right. So if we're taking religion in its preface, a cause, principle, a system of beliefs, held with a great passion of faith, there's in line the word, passion of faith, in God or supernatural, we can see that we can take religion anywhere. We can be religious anywhere. Now, when we have the bias of titles and labels is when we get into that political gamut that becomes negative and very triggering and has counterpunches. But that's not what religion is. Religion is not a label or a title or even a denomination. Religion is a passion of faith. And it is ordained in a goal where someone is honored and someone receives the blessing for it. Done. So what we're doing as ambassadors is we're giving and receiving so that someone can be enlightened and someone can be closer to God in the spiritual giving that we have. This is everyone's religion. I read once that love is my religion. I love that. Because if you give love in anything, it will breed that passion, that faith, that God consciousness. It will resonate in intention and integrity. And it can't help but be peaceful. So religion doesn't have to be a trigger. It doesn't have to be a dividing line. And it definitely doesn't have to be something that we have to avoid. Actually, as ambassadors, we need to encourage to practice your religion, to be that peaceful entity by example, so that when we go out in the world and we're giving our humanitarian efforts, we can be a more solemn force that people recognize. And we can be that greater force that allows religion to prevail and not a bias that we have thrown into a political gamut. I think that if we understand what religion really is, we can be more religious without titles, labels, or biases. I hope that helped. Until we meet again, be well.